Right then, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Jacqueline here. We are here at the Circuit Paul Ricard for the 11th round of the ZRL Championship. This season we've seen some brilliant things. You've got Frugal and Ben's epic battle in America, the close championship battle between Echo and QC, and also the amazing performance by NXS and Super Liam on their debut race last week at Spa, which resulted in Liam finishing P2 and NXS sadly spinning out near the end of the race. So with 20 turns and the track length of 3.6 miles, Paul Ricard is loved by many and also hated by many too. Enough of that though, we're going to go through the driver lineup for today. We've got Josh Dawson in the McLaren, followed by Zach Duck in the Mercedes. Hasn't had a teammate for the last three races, as his teammate Charlie Chip has got a 6-race ban. Then we've got Chubb in the Alpine, Sam, I think it might be 3rd or 4th race for the Aston Martin team. Then followed by his brand new teammate NXS, who made his debut race last week. And there was a seat that opened up in Formula 1 and he was the right man for it. Hopefully he is the right man for it. We've got Echo Computer. Like always, he is not leading the championship anymore, I don't believe. He is in the Haas car. Xbox Culver in the Alfa Romeo, followed by Paradox Ruins, also in the Alfa Romeo. Very good teammates, work together very well there. Frugal Mars in the Alpine. Then you've got Pig in the AlphaTauri. You've got Dat Dark in the Williams. QC Rocket in the McLaren. Gilksy AlphaTauri. Bass and Ben both in the Red Bull. Silverface in the Ferrari. Prodigy in the Haas, and Super Lim in the Ferrari, which is that's another new face on the grid. We've got Super Liam, who as we're talking about him, sets the fastest lap with a 1:41.1. Sorry, 4 drivers have put times on the board at the moment. That will be Super Liam, Xbox Culver, never mind 5 now. Super Liam, Xbox Culver, Ben, Paradox and Frugal Mars. We've got 13 minutes left of this short qualifying session, so let's see what's going to happen. And it is a wet race, as you can already see, so it will make the times slower. So it appears at the moment that all the drivers are on the intermediate compound tyres. But this is amazing. Super Liam, who made his debut race of Formula 1 only last week, is now putting in the fastest time and is now at the top of the board in his 2nd race in Formula 1. So I'm sure him and his team will be very, very delighted. So they'll be hoping to keep that spot. We've had a few more drivers put times on the board. That will be Zach Duck and the Pig. Like I mentioned earlier on, Zach Duck hasn't had a teammate for the last 3 races since his teammate Charlie Chip had a 6-race ban. He should be back with us in the next few weeks' time. As we see Super Liam pull into the pit lane now. There we go. Have a look at Josh Dawson, who has invalidated his lap time. Chubb's in the pit lane. Sam's also invalidated his lap time. We've got NXS coming out of the pit lane. He's on his out lap. So is Echo Computer. Frugal Mars, though, knocks off Super Liam's time and puts up a 1:40.8 in his Alpine. And that's a yellow sector, as I think the Alpine has spun round, or something happened with the Alpine there, probably due to the conditions. But yeah, I'm guessing the drivers will not be wanting this rain for the race. It's not a nice thing to have on a Formula 1 track. But yeah, we've got 8 drivers put times on the board at the minute. Dat Dark is one of the new people who put time on the board, and that is Frugal Mars validating his lap time. That's Prodigy on his way out of the pit lane now for his out lap. And that is an Alpha Tauri once again. Well, I think it's the same spot. I think, yes, it was. Same spot as last time where the Alpine, I think it was, spun out. I think the Alpha Tauri did the same there. And that is Sam in the Aston Martin car, retiring from the session in the exact same spot of where all the crashes are going to happen. Well, all the crashes are happening. Let's go with one of the cars that are driving past. McLaren, you've just seen there. The car is sat on the runoff. Guilty goes a bit wide and pulls into the pit lane. So it won't be long now until we see Prodigy on a flying lap. 9 minutes remain of a short qualifying. So not long now until we get into the big race. So Prodigy does set fastest first sector there, and that's the Mercedes of Zach Duck going off onto the blue and black runoff area. But we're going to go spectate Prodigy once again because I want to see how well he does on his first push lap. Echo Computer puts his time on the board, which puts him in second place. 3 miles still holding on to that first position there. QC Rocket, where is he on the board? QC Rocket is yet to put a time on the leaderboard. It will be interesting to see where he puts himself against his rival Echo Computer. But Echo Computer's teammate Prodigy seems to be doing decent on this lap. I don't know if he got a middle fastest sector, but we'll just have to see how well his lap time was when he crosses the line in the next few moments' time. And Prodigy has just gone he's going very slow down the straight now. It looked like he was on for a decent lap, but that lap will not be happening anymore. Slowed down a hell of a lot there, and that was a 1:50 for him. But Super Liam comes in on his second race. All of the experienced drivers, he has just beaten them straight away with a 1:40.5. Very, very, very good time from him today. His teammate Sir with Face is in P5. Let's have a look who's put times on the board. QC Rocket has put a time on the board, and it can only do a P6, which is not good if he wants to beat his teammate. If he wants to beat his rival, even Echo Computer. I think who is that? He's invalidated, so we're going to go back to the pig. And yeah, so for the race, in my opinion, I would say that the people to watch would be either Super Liam or NXS. Even both of them drivers made their debut races at Spa last week and clearly know how to drive. Another thing I would watch, keep a close eye on the battle between Echo and QC. It might get quite decent, but just realised that QC Rocket put himself in P2 with 1:40.5. So that's good for him. He has beaten his rival in qualifying. And it looks like a Haas is going very slow down the straight there. As Josh Dawson comes in and puts in a 1 minute 40.533 and completely beats everybody, pushes everybody down one. And that is the pig spinning his car around in the at the end of the chicane and re-enters the track quite safely. So yeah, only 4 minutes remain of this qualifying session. Gilksy is yet to put a time on the board, and I think that is an Alpine on the chicane. And that is, I think, no, never mind. Sir with face fastest first sector, but let's have a look. I think that was an Alpine that spun. It must have been. Yes, that was Frugal Mars. Who obviously has invalidated his lap time because of that. Here comes Sir with face down the straight, about to cross the line. Where will he put himself? Can he improve his lap time? Yes, he does. He goes fastest with a 1 minute 40.0. Just beats every person on the leaderboard at the moment, and now that means every driver has put a time on the board. We've seen so many drivers snatch that pole position from each other, and now it was Sir with face to do it, and he puts in a fastest first sector once again. Could he be on to improve his lap time? We'll have to have a look in the next few minutes. And speaking of minutes, there's only 2 minutes and 20 seconds left of qualifying, so not long left now for the drivers to improve lap times. And after this race, we'll be on for the big 50% race. But while I'm saying that, Sir with face puts in a fastest second sector. It looks like he might improve his lap time even more here. Here comes Sir with face, absolutely brilliantly executing no corners, but here he comes down the straight. Can he improve his lap time? Yes, he can. Goes even faster with 1 minute 39.7 in improves his time by 0.3 of a second there. That was great from him. So, QC Rocket in P4. Let's see if he can improve his lap time, shall we? Okay then, ladies and gents, that will be the end of the qualifying session. We're just going to wait for the drivers to cross the line now or enter the pit lane, and then we will be on track for the French Grand Prix. QC Rocket does improve his lap time, puts himself P2 for the race, which is a decent start for him. Sir with Face will lock himself in P1, and that will be pole position if nobody else can beat that lap time. But QC Rocket gets moved down as Super Liam comes in the Ferrari. It's a Ferrari whole front row. Ferrari front row, and Super Liam's put in a 1 minute 40.3. So that is brilliant for Ferrari. And NXS is now entering the pit lane. That Dark on his way to the pit lane as well. Zach Duck also going into the pit lane, and Bass is just going to go and cross the line. And that is it. We've got to wait for Zach Duck, and then we will be on track for the French Grand Prix. Right then, there you have it, ladies and gents. That is qualifying for you at Circuit Paul Ricard. Next up will be the qualifying results. Here they are, the results. So it is a whole Ferrari front row, followed by a whole McLaren second row. Then you've got Paradox Ruins in the Alfa Romeo and NXS Aston Martin, and the list goes on. But Echo Computer couldn't go any faster and puts himself in P8 for that one. But we will be back with you in a few moments' time for the live coverage of the French Grand Prix, so you don't want to miss it. Right then, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are currently waiting in the pit lane for the 5 red lights, and we will be away for the French Grand Prix. Right, here we go. Lining up on the grid now. The French Grand Prix. It's 5 lights. Lights out, and away we go at Circuit Paul Ricard. Sir with Face gets away well. So did his teammate Super Liam, followed by QC Rocket and Josh Dawson in the McLarens into turn 1. They all keep it clean, but QC Rocket manages to get past Super Liam. There's a bit of jockeying going on between Super Liam and QC Rocket, but Super Liam comes out on top through into turn 3 now. And it's still Ferrari 1-2, followed by QC and Josh Dawson in the McLarens. NXS done well to keep on to P5. And they've got the championship contender Echo Computer follows behind them in the Haas. And it is a virtual safety car on lap 1 out of 27. I'm not sure why that came out, but it has happened. And there's not a lot of position changes at the moment, so yeah, the top 4 haven't moved an inch. So they are all the same as when they started. Not been a great start for Dat Dark Bass and the Pig, dropped down 3 positions. But we're still under a virtual safety car, which means all the drivers have to reduce their speed. But NXS manages to get up 1 position, and the race leader, P2, so with Face, has spun, and that is Gilksy, made contact with him, and Sir with Face's wing is nowhere to be seen. It's completely came off, which means a lot of drivers have made up a position now, but his teammate's still holding on to P1. That'll be good for the Ferrari. They head down the straight now. We are racing again. Super Liam puts in the fastest time, followed by QC Rocket into turn 1. Where can QC Rocket get past Super Liam? That is the main question. Down into the chicane now. There we go, we're going to go on board with QC Rocket down the back straight. Will he be able to get close to Super Liam to manage to get past him? Here we go. He might be too far back, but you never know. And he's too far back for this one. Into the chicane they go. And he will be too far back, but he gets a slipstream right out of the chicane. That will be great for him. Paradox Rubbins gets a 3-second time penalty. Now they go under the Pirelli sign. QC Rocket gets the fastest second sector even. And QC Rocket is now closing in on the Super Liam. Will he be able to get past him by the end of this lap? We will wait and see. That's a sector 3 yellow flag. That is Josh Dawson and Frugal Mars took each other out of the French Grand Prix. The McLaren and the Alpine are now out of today's race. We've got a virtual safety car once again. All the drivers will reduce their speed, which means, which is ending up with QC Rocket just right behind Super Liam. NXS in his second race in Formula 1 is now in P3. Got front row seats to this, hopefully what's going to become a great battle with Super Liam and QC Rocket. They start lap 3. It's been a horrific start for Sir with Face, dropping down 14 positions today. Started P2, ended up P14. Here we go again. QC Rocket now heading down the back straight. We've seen this last lap, but QC Rocket now gets DRS. Will he get closer enough? He's got a slipstream. He goes down he tries now the inside, but there's no position to be made there. Out of the corner, he gets another slipstream. Will he get any closer to him? He's using ERS. He's still got a slipstream. Sets the fastest middle sector once again. And he was looking there for an opening, getting closer. Nearly hit his wing off there. They nearly made contact. Round into the final few parts of the track. Now, will QC Rocket maybe be able to get him on the straight? We'll have to see as they now go round the final corner. And QC Rocket will get DRS down the straight. He gets a slipstream with DRS. QC Rocket now trying to find an opening to get past Super Liam. QC Rocket puts in the fastest time. He's closing in on Super Liam. Down the inside he might go. And he doesn't. He is too far back. Still Super Liam holds on to the P1 position. Xbox Cool pulls into the pit lane. Dat Dark puts the fastest time in. And QC Rocket is still trying to fight for that position and snatch it away from Super Liam. Here we go again. Down the back straight. QC Rocket will get DRS again. He gets a slipstream. Down the back straight, Sam gets a 3-second time penalty, but never mind that. We've got a slipstream with QC Rocket and Super Liam. He's getting closer. He's going to breeze past him down the inside into the chicane now. And QC Rocket is now your race leader for the French Grand Prix. Super Liam now in P2, followed by NXS, who is closing in on Super Liam, it looks like. Here comes NXS. He's going to look for down the inside. And he's too far back to make the move. But it looks like he might be raring to go for another shot at it. Into the final few corners of the lap. NXS goes a little bit wide there. Round the final corner, NXS will get DRS. So will Super Liam on QC Rocket though. Down the straight now. Both drivers have DRS. Will NXS get closer to Super Liam? NXS puts in the fastest time though. So he is gaining on both of the drivers. QC Rocket's made up 4 places. Got front row seats to this little battle going on in front of him. Round the chicane they go. Heading round now to the back straight. Here we go again for the 4th time. NXS gets DRS once again down the back straight. Will he be able to get any closer? Probably not, as Super Liam has also got DRS. So if Face goes with the fastest time there, into the chicane they go. And I think that's an Aston Martin spun it round on the chicane. Here comes NXS though. Will he see an opening? It looked like he might have tried to make a move there. He was looking. And he's just too far back, but he looks like he's going to go make the move there. Has to back out of that one. That would have caused a major collision. And Sam is out of the French Grand Prix in the Aston Martin down the back straight there. But never mind that. Just now, NXS is now closing in on Super Liam. They're going to get DRS once again down the main straight. QC Rocket puts in a fastest time today. Into the first corner they go, but NXS could not get any closer to that. We're going to look down the field a little bit more, just in case we are missing anything. Paradox Ruins managed to get a get DRS down the straight on that dark. Look what's going on down here, shall we? We've got Prodigy in the Haas trying to find an opening on Zach Duck in the Mercedes. Here comes Super Liam. Once again, he's got DRS on the McLaren. And he's going to be too far back for the move, I think. He looks like he might look for the position, but he can't make the position into the chicane. Super Liam in P2. It might look like he's alright, but he has got the rookie driver, NXS, who is in P3, right behind him. He might be able to get past him on the straight. You never know. He's getting very, very close here. Zach Duck gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting there. But NXS is getting very, very close to Super Liam. And it might not... The positions might not be like this in the next few laps. Here we go then. Into the final corner of the circuit. Paul Ricard. NXS gets DRS, so does Super Liam. Down the back straight, will NXS get any closer to Super Liam? It doesn't look like he will once again. And it looks like we're going at it again. Down the back straight we go. They're going to get DRS once again. Super Liam now going down the back straight, heading up to QC Rocket. He's getting closer and closer. Will he be able to look for the position? No, he won't at this moment in time. But NXS is very, very close. It's bumper. It's bumper to the back of the car, and he goes down the inside, makes the position, breezes past Super Liam there, and NXS, the rookie driver, is now up into P2. And up next is QC Rocket. Here we go though. It looks like Zach Duck may see an opening on the Alpine of Chubb just in front of him. Will he be able to get past, heading down now into the final few corners of the last sector, and that's NXS in the pit lane there, which brings him down into P5 as Ben and Echo Computer get past. But now this is what we have been waiting for. Echo Computer and QC Rocket now P1 and P2. Let's hope we get a really nice battle between them. That'll be great. But this means that Echo Computer will have to step it up a little bit and get a bit closer to QC Rocket in order for that to happen. And he's also got Super Liam right behind him, who's got DRS down the back straight. NXS comes out the pit lane in P9. Not a brilliant thing, as he's now in P9 and he was in P2. Not been a brilliant race for Sir with Face though, who has made a few positions up, but he has dropped down now 11 positions, which is unfortunate. It was a Ferrari 1-2 first front row start, and it was looking promising, and then it just went downhill after the first few corners. But we are going to have a look what's going on around here. And that is Paradox Ruins entering the pit lane here, which brings a few drivers up a position. Have a look though. Will Super Liam be able to get past Echo Computer? It looks like he might be able to. He's going to get DRS down the back straight. Super Face goes fastest. Here comes Super Liam though, down the inside of Echo Computer. Breeze is past him now. Will Echo Computer be able to go back? He dives down the outside, and Echo Computer manages to defend his position there, and still in P2 though. Super Liam coming back at Echo Computer down the outside. They almost make contact, and it looks like Echo Computer will still be in front after that battle there. Yeah, here we go though. Super Liam getting closer and closer to Echo Computer, but it doesn't look like he will be able to. Well, he might actually be able to get past him. Here he goes. He's going to get a slipstream. Down the outside he goes. Not always a great idea, but it wasn't a great idea as well there. Here comes Super Liam once again down the back straight. He's going to get DRS. It looks like he might be able to just breeze past him. He almost made contact there. Super Liam now breezes into P2. Into the chicane. There you go. Will Echo Computer be able to come back at Super Liam? Here he comes. Echo Computer gets a slipstream. They almost make contact like last lap. And it looks like Echo Computer might be able to just breeze past him. And he does manage to do that just now. I think NXS spun round there on the chicane, and with 17 laps remaining, yeah, NXS will be out of the race. Not out of, sorry, spinning on the chicane. look at this, shall we? Paradox Rubbins getting close there to Bass in the Red Bull. I think he finished P3 last race, which was very good for the Red Bull team. NXS is out of the French Grand Prix, and that's a full safety car on lap 10. And all the drivers now will be bunched up together, which means this race could be anyone's now. Not a great race for the AlphaTauris, back of the grid. Xbox Culver gets past Surf Face and Bass, who have decided to go into the pit lane. And for now, we're just going to go and we're going to spectate the race leader as we are under a full safety car on lap 11. Race leader QC Rocket pulls into the pit lane there. So does Echo Computer, Super Liam. Maybe that's a good choice. We will not know, as it looks like QC will be wanting to just finish his race on the hard compound tyres now. Ben pits as well, which means, due to them pitting, QC Rocket will still be the race leader under the safety car. Right then, we're on lap 12 out of 27. We've got a full safety car. 4 drivers have DNF from the session, and that will be NXS, Sam, Josh, and Frugal Mars. Isn't a good race for the Aston Martin team, who, like I've just mentioned, are all out of the race now. But this is hopefully going to be brilliant. We've got QC Rocket in P1, Echo Computer in P2. Both of them are obviously rivals, and hopefully we will get a nice battle out of them both. I'm hoping you're all wanting that as well. I can tell you, I am definitely wanting that. Like a computer just warming up his tyres there, raring to get going for the green flag in France. You can see down in the distance all of the drivers weaving to warm their tyres up. We've got QC Rocket on the hard compound. He will be definitely aiming to finish the race on them. So is Echo Computer on the hard compound, which means we'll both be at the same advantage if they do have a nice battle. And Race Control now saying safety car will be coming in on this very lap, on lap 13 out of 27. All the drivers raring to get racing again in France. Here we go then. All the drivers now raring to get going. We're heading round now to the final corner as the drivers start speeding up now, heading down the straight. We're racing again in France. QC Rocket leads the pack, followed by Echo Computer, then comes Super Liam, Ben, Dat Dark and Zach Duck. Echo Computer, though, he sees an opening on QC Rocket but doesn't make the position. So with Face goes up a position and gets past Progeny. Xbox Cover gets past Paradox Ruins as well. We're going to go spectate this with Echo Computer and QC Rocket. Somebody has spun out. That is Sir with Face, who span out earlier on as well. The safety car could have saved his race, but he's gone and bottled it. Here we go though. Echo Computer down the back straight. We won't get DRS for the next few laps as we've just had a safety car, but he might be able to get closer to him. Zach Nook gets a 3-second time penalty there. Chubb and Xbox Cover having a little battle here. Side by side they nearly were. They nearly made contact. Down here they go. Side by side they are. Into this corner. Who will come out on top? Looks like the Alpine will just take it, but he doesn't. It's Xbox Cover who gets in front of the Alpine Chubb on that very corner there. And what an amazing race for Progeny, who is in P7. He did start off in P17 and has gained 10 positions. But now we're on lap 15 out of 27, side by side with Progeny and Zach Duck. Zach Duck will pull in front though and keep his position into turn 1. Progeny goes a bit wide and Zach Duck spins his Mercedes round onto the runoff area. We've got Progeny and Xbox Cover on a little battle now. Xbox puts his tyres on the inside. Progeny also lets past Chubb and Progeny lets past Paradox Ruins. Will Paradox Ruins be able to get past? Progeny has just dropped down 3 positions. They are crucial for the Drivers' Championship, and 3 drivers have just managed to absolutely slide past Progeny. That was really not good for him. You can see Paradox Ruins trying to break the toe there, down into the chicane, and that is Bass trying to make the move on Progeny. Hits Progeny, and Bass is now spun round. Take a quick look at Echo Computer and QC Rocket. They're getting quite close, but it doesn't look like anything will be happening at this moment in time. Let's go back to where we were a few moments ago, shall we? The Pig then, just a few car lengths away from Sir with Face. The Pig goes wide there and loses a bit of time on Sir with Face, and DRS is now enabled. We're going to get DRS on this next lap, which will be crucial for getting past people. So we're going to go and watch Echo Computer now as Sir with Face puts in a 1:33.154. But we are going to spectate Echo Computer, as DRS is now enabled. Which means if Echo can make up 0.3 of a second, he'll get DRS on QC Rocket and potentially get an overtake on him. Here we've got Super Liam though, just chilling in P3 on his second race in Formula 1. What a brilliant drive it's going to be for him at the moment. He is very, very talented, as a lot of you can tell. Chubb gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So, yeah, but I'm really, really excited to see what's going to happen, hopefully, if Echo can get closer to QC Rocket on the next few laps, maybe. And Xbox Culver now dives into the pit lane there. Very, very thin pit walls there, as he does dive into the pit lane, which moves, well, which will put him in last position. Right, here we go then. Echo Computer down the back straight. He's gaining on QC Rocket. He's only 9/10 away from him now. Into the chicane he goes. Can he keep that gap between him and QC Rocket? I'm sure he's hoping that he will be able to. The next DRS zone will be on the straight. So, will he be able to maintain the 1 second gap? He is, at the moment, managing it quite well. But we'll have to see if he can keep it. I think that's an Alfa Romeo spun round, and that is an Alfa Romeo spun round at the end of the back straight. QC Rocket does lose a few thousand there, but gains them back, and it's just going up and down the numbers. Guilty gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. It looks like Echo Computer though might be able to make the DRS detection zone, and he will do. Echo Computer will get DRS down the straight now on QC Rocket. Will he start gaining on him? He is gaining on him quite fast, to be honest with you. Only 8 attempts separate them now. Into turn 1 they go. He's going to be too far back to make the move just at the moment. Now that's an AlphaTauri spun round on the last few corners. And that DRS has moved Echo Computer just a little bit closer to QC Rocket. Moved him nearly half a second closer, to be honest. And he's just lost a lot of the time there. Onto the back straight they go. And Echo Computer gets DRS once again down the back straight. Xbox Culver gets past Guilty, but here we go. Echo Computer, will he be able to get past QC Rocket? No, he won't. Into the chicane they go. Paradox Ruins gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings there. And the next DRS zone for these two people here will be on the straight. So, if Echo Computer can maintain this gap of half a second, it looks like Echo may be able to see an opening and get past his championship rival, QC Rocket. And here it is, the moment we've all been waiting for. Echo Computer going to activate DRS down the straight. Here we go. Echo Computer gaining on QC Rocket. The gap only half a second now. 4/10 of a second. 3/10 of a second. But he's just a tad margin of seconds there. But Paradox Ruins has DNF on the session and is now completely out of the French Grand Prix on lap 19 out of 27. Bass goes up 1 position from Dat Dark, as Dat Dark is now entering the pit lane. So everybody, well, not everybody, most people will be able to get past him. But here we go again, down the back straight. Echo Computer only 4 attempts separate them, 3 attempts. He's got DRS on QC Rocket. Will he be too far back though? He looks like he's going to make the move here. Echo Computer though defending very, very well there. Moved over to block Echo Computer from getting past him. And that was awesome defending from QC Rocket there. Luckily, there was no contact. Only 1/10 separate them. It's getting closer and closer. Echo Computer going to make the move down the inside. Can he see the opening? QC Rocket is staying on the outside. See if he can keep the position. But it looks like Echo Computer might be able to retake it. But it's QC Rocket that manages to defend his position and keep his top spot. And like I always say, we've been waiting for this. Again, down the straight they go. DRS is activated in the Haas of Echo Computer. Here we go. On QC Rocket he goes. And he's going to try down the inside. He looked like he could have, but he looked like he might have slowed down a little bit there. Only 7 laps remain now, as Echo Computer is closing and closing the gap between him and QC Rocket. Just remember, QC Rocket won last race, and Echo Computer came 5th, I believe. So, this will be an epic comeback for Echo Computer if he can manage to get past QC Rocket. It's DRS once again, down the back straight. Will QC Rocket be able to defend? No, he won't. Echo Computer breezes past QC Rocket, and now brings Echo up into the top spot today. Echo Computer also sets the fastest second sector, sorry. And that was lovely to see as Echo Computer manages to get past QC Rocket. But you never know, QC Rocket may be able to get past him again. He will get DRS down this back straight if this gap can be maintained. Xbox Corvette gets a 3-second time penalty now, but they head down the straight now. QC Rocket will get DRS on Echo Computer, roaring down the straight now. The Haas and the McLaren getting very close to each other, only half a second separate them. And QC Rocket was just a little bit too far back to make the move there. We've got a nice helicopter view of this battle going on here. Half a second separates them. So let's see what QC Rocket can do. Here we go, QC Rocket down the back straight into the chicane. There you go, the DRS did move him up closer to Echo Computer, but didn't quite work on that one there. Here comes the pig on Zach Duck though, with DRS. Will he be able to get past him before the chicane? He sees the opening he dives down the inside. The pig, it moves the pig and goes wide, and the pig gets a 3-second time penalty for that move. But a lot of people, that is a controversial move there, as Zach Duck, now his wing is on the pig's back right tyre. And it looks like Zach Duck's going to dive down the inside of the pig. Zach Duck retakes the position, and the pig there gets another 3-second time penalty by trying to retake the position. But let's go back to Echo Computer and QC Rocket. QC Rocket did not manage to get past Echo again with DRS on the straight. Right, here we go, QC Rocket, like every lap, has got DRS on Echo Computer, now heading down into the chicane. Will he be able to get past him? It doesn't look like he will though, he's too far back on lap 22 out of 27. The Chubb, though, gets a 3-second time penalty. And we are back on the straight with QC and Echo Computer, the championship rivals. QC Rocket gets DRS on Echo Computer. Only half a second separate them, ladies and gentlemen. 5 tenths, 3 tenths, 2 tenths in it. And 1 tenth in it, and he's just a bit too far away from Echo Computer right there. But can QC see an opening on Echo Computer? That is the main question. Not at the moment he can't, but he might be able to. Yes, he can. Down the inside. And QC Rocket there. That wasn't great for him. He nearly completely stopped on the track there. As QC Rocket gets DRS on Echo Computer once again down the back straight. Prodigy gets a 1 minute 32.4, fastest lap of the race. And QC will be too far back to make the move. And here we go, spectating Chubb, got DRS on Prodigy, but he will be too far back for this one. The Pig is just racking up these time penalties with another 3-second time penalty there. The Chubb, nearly does spin his car around, which would have been unfortunate for him if it did happen, but it didn't. But Super Liam and So With Face have managed to find each other once again, but now in P3 and P4, Ben and Bass, the perfect teammates in my opinion, are now P5 and P6 together, still with the Alpha Tauris as well together in P12 and P13. But QC Rocket is getting closer and closer to Echo Computer. Will he be able to maintain this gap for the next DRS? That will be answered in the next few moments. Gilksy gets a 3-second time penalty there as we're still spectating QC Rocket and Echo Computer. It might be a battle to the line. It might well be, but there's a bit of building up of cars here with Chubb, Dat Dark and Zach Duck. Chubb absolutely flies past Dat Dark in the Williams, and now his next opponent will be Zach Duck, and that is Dat Dark going very wide there in the background of the Alpine. Here we go. Chubb tries to get down the inside of Zach Duck, nearly spins his car around and manages to handle it very, very well. And here they go again. Down the back straight, QC and Echo Computer go. He will get DRS and probably be too far back, to be honest with you. He's 7 tenths away. Yeah, which means he will not be close enough. And Dat Dark enters the pit lane. The Pig gets another 3-second time penalties. Speaking of time penalties, we'll have a look at what time penalties there are today, shall we? Have a look at what we've got then. So, time penalties. The Pig nearing disqualification. We've got Echo Computer 3 seconds, So With Face 3 seconds. The Chubb 9, Zach Duck 6, Xbox 3, Prodigy 3, the Guilty 12, and Dat Dark 3. Here we go though. QC Rocket, will he be able to get past Echo Computer? into turn 1. He backs out a little bit from that one, and is now only 2 tenths away, but he doesn't manage to get past. Next up will be the back straight. And I tell you, we've seen this many times before. QC Rocket only half a second away from Echo Computer. He's going to get DRS down the back straight once again for probably the 10th time today. He's getting closer and closer. He looks like he might breeze past him, but he doesn't. Echo Computer holds his position into the chicane there. But QC Rocket, is he going to try and get past him again? He sees an opening down the outside. They almost make contact into this next corner. And QC Rocket, it looks like he's made his way past, but Echo might dive down the inside. No, he doesn't. QC Rocket has now reclaimed his top spot at the French Grand Prix. Echo Computer gets DRS down the straight on QC Rocket. It looks like he might be too far back though to make the move into turn 1, and he is too far back to make the move. We're on the final lap. It's going to be a battle to the line, ladies and gentlemen. We haven't seen one of these for a while, with Super Liam now up into P3, overtook his teammate Sir with Face. But like I just mentioned, we are on the final lap of the race. Down the back straight, there you go. QC Rocket getting closer and closer to... Echo Computer getting closer and closer to QC Rocket into the chicane. They nearly make contact there. Echo Computer's wing nearly touched the back of QC Rocket's car. But it looks like Echo will not be able to get past it at this moment. He is too far back, and there is no more DRS zones apart from the one on the straight. But he's going to see the opportunity. He nearly goes down the inside, but backs out. Nearly causes a collision there. But we may see a last a fight to the line, and Echo Computer may get the DRS and manage to pull in front of QC Rocket before the line. But that will be decided in a moment's time. Heading down the straight now. It looks like it's going to go the way of QC Rocket. QC Rocket wins in Spa. He wins in Paul Ricard. QC Rocket wins the French Grand Prix, followed by Echo Computer in P2. Unfortunate there. Nearly gets past him, but just fails to on the last few laps. Super Liam and Sir with Face in the Ferraris. P3 and P4. Brilliant drive from them. Also Ben and Bass in the Red Bulls. Brilliant drive from them as well. I'm just going to wait for everyone else to cross the line. Bass comes over the line in P6, followed by Chubb in P7. Zach Duck crosses the line in a Mercedes, finishing in P8. And you've got, never mind, it wasn't P8, it's P10 due to time penalties. So you've got Crossadine P7, Chubb in P8, Xbox P9, and Zach in P10. The pig crosses the line to finish P11, and Gilksey will cross the line to finish P12. And the last person to cross the grid, unfortunately, will be Zach Dark, who was on for a decent race and went down the drain for him. But crosses the line in P13, nearly in the points there, but sadly not so. Ladies and gentlemen, that was your French Grand Prix. Round 11 of the ZRL Championship. Your driver of the day was Progeny in the Haas. That was a very good drive from Progeny. And here is your podium celebration, ladies and gentlemen. That is QC Rocket winning the Grand Prix. So, here are your race results, ladies and gentlemen. QC Rocket wins the French Grand Prix. Due to time penalties, though, Echo Computer finishes in P5, which means Super Liam finishes P2, so with Face to P3. Ben P4, Echo P5, Bass P6, Broccoli P7, Chubb P8, Express Corver P9, and Zach Duck P10. Thank you for joining me, ladies and gentlemen, for the French Grand Prix. We'll be back with you for round 12 of the ZRL Championship right here next week at 7:30. I hope to see you there, and have a nice night.